Yes?
Can I help you?
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's unit.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM, below lieutenant and sergeant.
I'm definitely not the cavalry. Yes, I am. I know.
Here's the real...
It's hard to tell whether he's sarcastic or sincere. But if you had to guess, you would say the lieutenant is...
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? No, you're not. You're not the only cop in the world. Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
I don't know what to...
Don't say anything, Judith. Me? No. I'm just a man with sunglasses. I like wearing sunglasses inside. Sunglasses and a fucking wig.
Okay,
I'm just looking out for...
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are.
Yes, a policewoman who just wants to do her job.
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
Like undercover?
Well, as far as disguises go, this is one of the best I've seen. I mean, I could swear you're an actual bum.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What you want?
there's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face. He might be wearing a disguise.
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something to click. It's not happening though. Who is this guy?
I'm not getting involved in this.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at you. Know what it is. It's like the two of you know
Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere.
another life.
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police. To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality? That's exactly right. Down to a fraction. No, not really. Okay, that's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now, somewhere good. Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? None taken, my friend. None taken. Let's be honest. There's been some purely fictional talk in our imaginary state, and the conclusion is that a man with your caliber should form his own one-man policing unit.
This isn't helping.
You're not going to believe this, but... Police officer, yes sir, solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and... just some regular boring motherfuckers in... Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is.
Okay, yes, you get the joke.
Neither can I, partner. Neither can I. About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
He didn't answer your question.
No.
The man man in sunglasses. Not
Watch out for yourself, loser.
that voice. So very familiar.
Oh, really? I wonder where. That's the where you remember me from? Okay, then. It's probably a coincidence.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. Yes, just cross it off the list. It's probably...
Again? I can't. I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. Okay?
Jean, he said okay. Give it a rest.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent. Something.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You gonna go and tell on us?
Yeah, I heard him. Now, fuck do you think I'm doing? Let me state this very clearly, capo. Hello, officer. I'm Titus.
Explosive laughter follows. To his men, Titus Hardy is a gold, but having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect. This time it's going to work. You already ruled out the first bad option that didn't.
Why?
This is not what he thinks it is. I'm afraid it's not what you think it is either.
What in the name of fuck are you?
But I don't want to give you my gun.
The fuck is happening, Titus? What are they whispering about?
Easy, Shanks. I want to see where this is going.
Police job? Be careful, it's loaded.
Good. Now put it in your mouth. I want to point it at them. Everyone knows how to do that. You're a special man. You're going to point it at yours.
What are you doing?
Fellas, you getting any of this?
Thank you. Nothing to worry about here, people. My partner likes to play these jokes. He's what you call dark.
Dark? What the fuck was that, you guard?
I knew he wasn't gonna do it.
No. I still have my money on him. Sooner or later, he has that look.
Do not think your failed suicide attempt will win you any.
Again, it was a dark joke. Maybe we should go for a little walk, Joker, before we continue. Jogging around seems to have a positive effect on you. What in the name of hell was that supposed to be? The theatrical suicide attempt. We need to talk about it. Yes, well, I was able to recontextualize it as a dark joke. I will not be able to recontextualize it the next time. I understand you sometimes employ extreme interrogation tactics, but I want you to understand that was too extreme. We can't have RCM officers going around putting guns in their mouths. We can't afford to have that image. Few institutions can. Good. I'm glad we had this talk. After you.
The man ponders his cooking utensils. The mention of mañana gets his attention. The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question. He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Borscht need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes turning it up seems like a dangerous idea. Honestly, the place is a powder keg. The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait. He looks up at you, then looks away. Shrugging is an internet. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist? Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back from the database people. Try calling 57.
In the cabin, you see, as you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're...
Officer! God damn it. Pull yourself together, René. Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the... I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and... money is tight. She... is nobody.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. It's a private matter.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man who'd rather die than admit...
I'm fine, goddammit! Mind your own business! It's nothing.
It's his heart.
No one. The bus has been unmanned.
No one has been guarding the container yard since...
Yes!
It's... Look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one be...
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Look, officer, can we conclude the topic of my guard boost? Yes, yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well.
All you observe is a veteran refusing to.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabiniers in service of.
Don't you mean Fristel the...
You do not speak his name, Craven. Although he was a.
There's something you missed. A couple of indicator lights are missing. The water lock starts moving.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, can't...
Focus on one thing. A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged. It must be cold. And remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where...
It appears to be so. I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. The logo is too deep in murky water. You can't make it out.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably...
Let's wait for the low tide then.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The Joyrider must have a Joyrider jacket. You feel a strange connection to this Joyrider.
I don't know. An hour or two?
As you sit down in the old rusty plate, the hinges creak under your weight. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. The tune on your lips forms a strange... The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
I'm pretty sure I told you already, didn't I? My dad and mom are both half Serlite.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices. Yes, 41.
It's as if he knows what it stands for. But once you... Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
But it could also be the number of a police precinct, Precinct 41.
A massive pit opens up in your stomach. You feel like you're about to faint and fall off. No, just no. Say no to this, Harry.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this. I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here. You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn.
The lieutenant adjusts. There is also a fourth thing more precious than the gun, the badge and the motor carriage combined, lost forever into the deepest of sea.
Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk. Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't. I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts that is very unlikely. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this. Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only...
This was 20% of the station's vehicular budget.
Yes, let's go take a look.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man, you, some sea...
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets, you see a photo, a name...
Harrier, that's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't. Not strange at all. Your name is Harrier Dubois, like it says on your police badge. It's a wartime name, revolutionary. The kind mothers give their...
It's meant to keep you safe.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not. The badge in your hands shines as the man keeps winking at you with his green-grey, but the badge is new. You used an old photo, 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice haircut. What do you think? His face is already contorted, but it looks like you had quite the charming face way back then. Your hair is brown. The lack of alcohol swelling is a bonus, though there's a pinch of that in your cheeks already. Don't be fooled. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it.
Lieutenant W. Freighter. The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant. The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to the
heavy-duty case-solving machine.
Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the...
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last century express.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, then a captain. That's kings like satellite officers and the additionally...
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite. No, I've been putting up with you because despite it matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it. Such a small yet precious thing.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock.
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative...
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted. A new badge usually comes with a new rank.
The pain in your chest tells you were working yourself to... You're pretty sure you weren't doing well. A lot can happen in form of...
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine, it's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks.
But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names... And you? Is it an honor to work? The badge in your hand shines as you wrote. The worn map features the patchwork grid of the street. Your finger moves through the various, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are. You're not sure about the melody, but it...
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have... Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was... No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into it. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
Oh, the usual.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
You're not. No one around here considers us an...
Maybe they are afraid because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage, and not a lot of houses. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us? Stay? Most people hear that said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village. No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there. That's exactly how they get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to give money to those crooks. Aye. The room is pretty bare bones, but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here. An uncomplicated man. I take it that means you're interested. Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
Me? No one. Just an old washer. Now it's your turn, Mr. Quite a handle you got there.
She's got a couple of ranks herself. Honored chief and so on.
Not much. Where's the abandoned church? Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around. Who'd go to church?
So, did...
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Before you get to the church, there's some... I don't know exactly.
She nods, rinsing and... The scruffy-haired little boy kicks us. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue. The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden.
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer.
You're bad with kids. Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now?
Hello, mister.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Oh, I had gloves.
Where did you get this?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. Yes. They don't want to... They look the same. They look... identical. It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you replace the broken scooter you almost certainly broke.
Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Yes. Very soft. Isn't he soft? My mom's outside, and I don't really know about my... Bye!
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sand. The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions. The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Trond Heilostam.
Nice to meet you.
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been...
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail...
This man is your half-brother. Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis.
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking...
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial Inca trade. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But fell. It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution, which is a feat of engineering, even today's giants. Indeed.
The revolution!
Unfortunately, the Musha project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez, yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got...
A pleasure wheel?
Yes. To lure in their star engineer. Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark.
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass...
Officer, I told you this chapter of history wasn't on Mikhail's curriculum yet.
The boy looks first at you, then back.
They used him for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world government.
A short-lived legislative found...
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it.
The kid takes a peek at the green...
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little... freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center in Vredefort, Oranje.
He did it. He said, Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. What the hell is a Wompty Dumpty Dom?
The Wompty Dumpty Dom Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dom Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort, but perhaps I should return to the tape computers.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution. Yes, the official name of the prototype. Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the ticket. But of course, what else? No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to...
Pick your brain. If anything, this was... You see, a once bright mural. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops along.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Here we go. Nice.
There's a cylinder on the ground.
Who's there?
Is that the police? Why are the
Don't worry, Gary. To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message.
The 881 is a raised motorway that separates Martinez from Jamrock. The labyrinth of...
You broke the waterlock with a motor carriage? There was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle. Said...
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon.
Sir, you're what?
I just have to do one more round. See if the...
For all his passion, this man is diligent
and I'm eager to return to her. My wife understands that.
Come on, Morale. We've been...
And leave the traps.
Come on. She wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here.
I'm doing this for science, and so is she. Of course it's important to her. Yes, that's how we first came to know.
Needless to say, you must...
Suffice to say, it's long been... No. The traps need to...
He's dead set. I could go for some trap setting.
I didn't expect you to take such an interest. Yes, indeed. Both bring it to me at once. Just make...
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the fight.
There are 4 in total. One is... Another we set in lands. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed. You should check at least one of those.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture? Even relative to examining a week-old corpse, I'm not sure mucking about.
If you think it's important.
That's highly unlikely, officer. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister.
It is precious. A single dose cost me...
Right, which means you two can pack it.
Finally!
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down...
If it's more cryptid-related business, but what if the information is vital? There's a trap in the reed. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, one down. No, you weren't.
The reeds bend forlornly toward... The worn and beaten wooden plank.
We can sit on benches. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio mic.
This is Precinct 50. Still no word, I'm afraid, sir. I-57.
In the cabin, you see... In the morning light, the white on blue police lift. Do something important? Something murder-related? This is a Caprice Kanema, the Caprice Motor Corps follow-up, with its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine. Even at a standstill, the unibody Caprice Kanema, someone has waxed it recently.
You want to take a closer look? 130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter... Man, that's got to be a major advancement. Oh,
7.2. Supercharged. Yes, an extraordinary machine.
helium headlights would improve the range, and it's a bit girly right now. Fit it with some proper...
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need... maybe. Yes, definitely.
And means no.
Look, the insane police officer is back.
The small man mimes blowing his brains out. There's laughter in the room. Try not to kill yourself this time. You have so many bad options ruled out, it's insane. There is no way in the world you won't do it this time. Well, the rest of that Nancy stuff was really just there to make the...
You know what? You guys must be the cops. Because this is what cops do, right?
He's had enough. He's
live in a bar, sit on their fat asses like they own the place, while the neighborhood goes to shit. Corpses...
Hey, we don't have to fucking take...
Glenn.
Everyone shut up! Fuck you, man. You didn't see the place before we got here. Fucking... graffito everywhere.
Congratulations on the graffiti removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties.
So what? What do you want from...
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick.
Titus?
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him.
You wanna help her, cop? Fine. If you don't, if you question her, harass her...
What is her name?
Glacia. I'm on due. She's staying here.
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop.
Sure. Why not? You've probably seen her around.
You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild...
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Nothing. We just have a few more...
Calm. Normal. Try to forget this little hiccup.
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her.
Was like that karaoke incident. Oh.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
Remember what I said. Freight train.
Officer, what was that? Yes. The victim? Is there something...
Whatever you do, don't say the first thing.
Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday. Okay, that's manageable. This is unprofessional. Not sharing information with me is unprofessional.
His opinion of you. The door is...
Who is it?
tired.
This is the police.
Come on up.
Sounds like it's coming from upstairs. This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves. Sheet upon sheet of pill bottles. It's been used quite a lot. This window is pristine on the inside, smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on it. Following your lead,
Looks like it, yes.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof. You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The rest fly off into the wind. It's a Maybell. The young woman looks at the Maybell in you. The lieutenant gives you.
Welcome to the roof.
Her hair is still slick from the shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. It's much nicer now.
Where the dead body used to hang.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly. Oh yes, legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal. They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57.
Have I ever? Have you grown accustomed to your role as a police officer?
Oh yeah. Feel the power.
You're doing just fine. After all, your path has led you...
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there.
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like
Clausier Amandu.
same name that Titus gave you. Her birthmarks also signal Oranje. You don't know why, but Oranese girls tend to come speckled with them.
Right, sir. Vredefort, Republic of Oranje. A bad memory of...
The Republic of Oranje is a democratic nation on the Muindi Isola, north of here, over the sea and across the Pale. It is one of the 6 major Occidental nations. They will make you into a fiscal colony, divert your natural resources, hold patents and shares, but they won't threaten to wipe you out anytime, like Revachol did in its prime.
Of lilacs and lightning, parks, glass, duraluminum. Vredefort is a conference city.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there. I'm 28. Something stupid. Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university. Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be a...
What about Revacholian literature?
No. Revacholian lit is about how magnificent and serious Revachol is. It's about how you have to save the world. Strange. Usually the Revacholian hero does not save women.
She seems quite relaxed for a victim of assault.
Nothing. I do nothing with it. Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit. Many things. A roller skating instructor.
Of course she won a beauty pageant. She's very symmetrical.
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast.
Thank you for your candor.
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city. I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street. And I don't...
There are plenty of other reasons for hiding your documents from the law.
It's also why I hid it.
Why else?
I'm an unpopular girl. The kind of hurry where you can't afford to not find your documents. I would love to change the subject. It's not important. Unless I'm some kind of... No, I'm not.
My colleague has an exploratory sense of humor.
He's thinking, I like this kind of prodding, whatever the situation. It may...
If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream...
She seems to be telling the truth, sire.
Okie dokie. The record, yeah. It's pretty I'm wintering.
How long have you been?
About 4 months.
The bills downstairs come...
Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol. I always wanted to see the only city in the world in the worst time of the year.
This is by far not the only reason she's here.
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her.
With money, sir. It's not exactly the anti-star size.
The Anti-Star is, or was, a Vespertine rock and roll star who liked to do drugs. He did so many drugs, he eventually mutated into a corpse.
It is.
The lieutenant makes a note in his note.
Okay.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling.
Something difficult? By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it? Is it? It is afternoon. Time flies, man. Yeah. I'm gonna go tell them it's not my style. They'll have to...
It's all very organic. Her manner is by they. She means the...
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Pretty much.
Warming them. She must be very cold and exhausted of this life.
We partied. With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that. Please, you're alive in 50. I've known people who party so hard they're dead at 14.
What did you do?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. A little. The drug.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs. At the bar. He was on some sort of assignment,
When was this?
a month ago? Something like that. Oh, yes. I've had a great view.
A bitter cringe.
You called us.
Yes,
Jackpot.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Revachol, miss.
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled them with nail clippers. And I diverted.
So, she's God's mystery foam cutter.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't.
Jigsaw falling into place. This is still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever.
Thanks.
She looks a bit like a little girl who's just been complimented.
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too.
We're not entirely convinced about that answer, but...
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was...
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since...
And his role in this strike?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military. Worked for what?
And they lynched him?
She nods.
They're frequent guests. Downstairs. Over drinks. It's a little.
Like you partied with...
No.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical...
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said...
She breathes a silvery sigh.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth. She looks at the dried pet. Chipped white polish covers the nail.
Pretty. Looks like a dried Maybell. Is that the one you caught? All right. I like it sudden. Yes. You're just one room away.
Good. Yes. This means she could have heard something. Like what you were doing before you...
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions. Like...
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
Why not? I'll be here.
This window is pristine.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called. Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. What else could she have done? Lie?
You would have caught it.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. You think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. Being forthcoming about something, the best liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough.
Can I help you?
What is this thing? What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess? So, I don't know.
This was mostly about the fucking cardio. Massive cardio here. You'll live.
I feel good about our work here today.
It's not actually about that.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again. Oh, you don't want to hear about some old... Yes, sweetie? Goodness, how is he?
He's fine, ma'am. As we had suspected.
Oh, yes. But I am so...
You haven't, however. There are dangers out there. Our agent now, maybe she'll open up about those fascinating cryptids.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
For the record, Titus Hardy.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't know.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my god... And you went and pushed her.
Titus Hardy.
Success. Titus back.
Everard personally sent me to take care of this.
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. Frankly, someone has to rush in to break the tension.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. Show it to him, T.
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse.
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters. A mess. It might be...
You don't care about evidence.
Fix, T. They don't care about getting the truth.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to them...
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep...
What's on it? We call it the Dorgun Omega.
Now that is intriguing.
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb?
Actually, there are a few. crypto analyst, radio officer.
We have machines. We're in logistics.
Understood? You've listened in.
Since way before they're cheap.
Things got nice and quiet.
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a cool.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hart. You do that. Oh.
The compact tape player is the machine was made in Revachol by it. There's no fixing.
This would have been very helpful with the Mega. My Kinema only comes with radio. Let's try to find a new tape player.
Hello again. How can I... A tape? We have boom boxes for sale that will play it. Check the shelves. Sure. Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold, this is you. Golden or just make sure it works before you buy it.
Sorry, man. I can't be giving out freebies. It's the Harman Welsh W2. Made in Vespa. Designed in Seoul. Played at discount. I do have to keep the lights on, man.
He seems like an experimental man. And what Sonic Experience is more experimental than the Door Gunner Megamix? Certainly it'd give you a discount if he knew.
4 Real is offensively low, but just this once. For the music, and here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go.
Six crumbling petals rest.
This is the Insulindian lily, called Mabel's or Lucille's tears.
This flower is a spring flower, but it's a bit...
Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. The revolutionaries, so the commoners and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started in the suzerain's army, so it held meaning for the kingsmen too. It's about girls and... Yes, but not this early. Not to my knowledge.
The petals feel dry. porter reel is just what you need.
Das ist eine Reverschule. Das ist a fucking village. I can almost see
The harbor.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrete on your porter reel.
End of recording. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. Indeed, but...
There's more going on here than we know.
One of the other mercenaries, I think. A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre.
The South Safre conflict is an ongoing proxy war between Grad and Safre.
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would...
A symbol of...
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to
As you take out the tape, the boombox